Hey everybody, welcome to the Blue Collar Beer Gentleman. I'm Chris and I started this channel a few years back because I enjoy craft beer and I don't have a whole lot of money to spend on it. So I wanted to demonstrate to my friends and everyone else that it is possible to enjoy good beers at around the $2 price range. And in fact, today's selection I paid it was $2.29. Let me do a double check. I'm sorry, $2.49 for a 12-ounce bottle of the SAUGATUCK Blueberry Maple Stout. There you see it. This was packaged in March of this year, so what does that make it? About 7 months old, which isn't too bad for a stout. This beer has a 6.0 ABV. Typically, stouts come in between 5.0 and 7.0. Has 26 IBUs. Typically, American stouts come in between 35 and 75 IBUs. So it's on the lower end of the it's on the lower end of the IBU and about the mid-range for the ABVs. Um, Quick notes from the reviewing community. 32 of my friends on Untappd have given it a cumulative score of 3.48. 48,000 of us have given it a cumulative score of 3.76. And Beer Advocate has had 373 rankings, giving it a score of 89, which is very good. And I'm sorry, sometimes Beer Advocates are doing the 100-point scale. Sometimes they're doing the 5-point scale. It's kind of difficult to keep track of all of it. I don't know what to tell you. But stouts, and in the U.S., you can always tell the U.S. version from an American version, and I'm sorry, the U.S. version from the British or Irish versions. They're typically much more hop forward. And this is, in fact, a milk stout. Well, at least according to, Untappd, it's referred to as a milk stout. Stout with natural flavors added. Does not actually call it a milk stout on here, but anyway, there you have it. I have had a SAUGATUCK beer from before. It was back in August of this year. I've tried their brown ale, Bonfire Brown, on tap at Tenaya Creek and gave it a 3.75. So obviously, I thought it was at least pretty decent because it obviously didn't get that extra 0.25 for being in a can. And this is whatever score this gets, it's going to get based upon the fact that it's in a bottle, so it won't be getting the extra 0.25 for a can. Those of you who watch this channel regularly know that I'm a fan of cans and usually give a beer an extra 0.25 for coming in the can. Today I'm going to be using my Porter Stout glass. Now this may look like a standard pint glass, or what is referred to now as the pint glass. Pint glasses nowadays should be labeled as Boston shaker glasses, apparently. This is a Porter Stout glass. If you notice, there's a little indentation here, so it's not just a flare out like the typical stout glasses you see in most brew pubs. Also, it has this rounded bottom, as you can see right there. It's not squared. And this is what makes it an actual stout, I'm sorry, a Porter Stout glass for drinking porters or stouts out of. But I'd still say you got to cut the brew pub some slack. They got to find a glass that stacks easily and is resilient, and the Boston shaker glasses are the best ones for that. So if you want to slam your friend for drinking out of a Boston shaker glasses like you see just about everywhere, fine, but don't slam the brew pubs for having the Boston shaker glasses as pint glasses. Cut them some slack. Restaurateurs got to get by with what they can do, and especially if they're not serving food. So let's see how this bad boy pours, shall we? And the beauty of stouts and porters, brown ales, things like that, is that more often than not, what you're seeing on camera is in fact the color. Some of the lighter beers, blondes, things like that, even some of the IPAs, will come through a darker color or a lighter color. But what you're seeing right here is the actual color of the beer. So it came out a black color. I'm not even going to describe that as dark brown. That's pretty much black. The head is nice and brown, but it doesn't seems to be bursting rather quickly. I don't think I'm going to have that head a whole lot longer, so I'm going to refer to that as a rather flimsy head. Let's give this a quick beard wipe, see what I can come across. And I'm smelling, mostly what I smell is coffee. Now this, as I said, is a blueberry porter stout. I'm sorry, a blueberry maple stout, not porter stout. Blueberry maple stout. This is a Porter Stout glass. That's where I'm getting confused. It's a blueberry maple stout, and there seems to be kind of a push with brewers for breakfast stouts. Dogfish Head has the Pennsylvania Tuxedo, which I think is supposed to be a breakfast stout with treacle in it. or not treacle, but yeah, treacle. Um, there's another breakfast stout out of Bad Beat Brewing here in Las Vegas. I've been kind of noticing a breakfast stout trend, and since we are getting into the cooler months, I mean, here we are, what, halfway into November. I wouldn't be surprised to see more breakfast stouts emerging, and stouts with a pancakey sort of thing. And how much more pancakey could you get than blueberry maple? So anyway, I think I've done enough yapping my flap. I'm going to stick my schnoz in here real quick. I'm getting the maple and I'm getting coffee, but I'm not really getting the blueberry, at least not on the aroma. Now, maybe on the tongue it'll be a different story. Let's go ahead and get to drinking this, shall we? Cheers. Okay, the blueberry does come through. It does come through, and to their credit, this is a very, it is a natural blueberry flavor. I don't feel like I'm drinking blueberry flavored, like I feel like somebody actually used blueberries to flavor it. I drink a lot of blueberry smoothies, and so I've come to kind of develop a taste for fresh blueberries, and this doesn't taste very artificial to me. I'm not saying that there was no artificial blueberry flavoring added, but I think they had to, I think they used a natural blueberry base puree in order to get the flavor in that. Blueberry and maple are pretty much what I taste more than anything, to be honest with you. I'm not tasting much of the beer. There's a little bit of a bite, so I'm going to describe that as a just medium mouthfeel. Not much of an alcohol burn, but just a little bit of a snappy bite. Um, yeah, it is very breakfasty. I mean, it just tastes like breakfast. It tastes like you've just poured blueberry. Some of you just poured maple syrup all over your blueberry pancakes. That's what I taste more than anything. There's even almost a little bit of a cocoa flavor to this. You know, I'm not going to say I dislike it. I don't dislike it, but I'm not crazy about it. Um, and I think a 3.5 is plenty. I really do. You know, I might even go 3.25, honestly. It's a little too sweet and not quite rich enough for my particular tastes. As you can see, as I said, I told you that head was wispy. There's no head left at all now. So, yeah, there are better breakfast stouts out there. If you have the good fortune of being able to get Bad Beat beers, look for their breakfast stout. And as I said, I believe the Pennsylvania Tuxedo from Dogfish Head is considered a breakfast stout as well. If it's not, it should be, because it's flavored with all these things that you find on a breakfast table. But all in all, not a bad beer, but I definitely got to say that their Bonfire Brown was better than this one. And yeah, I'm only going to give this one a 3.25. I really think that's all it should be getting. And Kelly, if you're watching, my man, here's one more bottle cap for you. So he's putting together some kind of a project. Well, guys, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, drink good beer and don't break the bank doing it. Cheers.